Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. We got a new one for you today. This is a Black Crow's Octo, and this Octo kind of picks up where the Virtus left off from years past. And that Virtus was always a really interesting ski. No matter who you put on it, like whether it was our ski test or just our media days, whoever got on that Virtus, just their eyes kind of lit up and they kind of remembered what skiing a more classically cambered ski with a mid-80s waist felt like, which is pretty darn good. You just get a lot of energy, you get a good amount of kick, and a surprising amount of versatility out of a ski like that. And then with Octo, they're kind of bringing it into the modern era and kind of trying to take away some of the thunder from the Mirus core in terms of it having a more similar tip shape and a little bit of a swallowtail there, similar turn radius and style of ski, just with a different kind of overall profile and a slightly different build as well. So really interesting stuff here. It is built with a poplar wood core and fiberglass, not a whole lot else going on. There is an aluminum tail insert like we see in some of their other skis. Black Crow's Justice, for example, has that same insert, and that just gives it a little bit more heftiness in the tail of the ski. But there's not a whole lot else going on here, just a simple wood core and fiberglass. And that's what was really interesting about that Virtus, is how do they get that ski to feel like such a more energetic and zesty ski? And the answer is basically through the shape and the profile. In terms of the shape, we're at 84 millimeters underfoot. So if you think about a Mirus core at 87, this is slightly narrower. That Virtus was 85. And we have a 14-meter turn radius and the 173 length here. So nice and short, a little bit longer than the Mirus core, but you can really vary up turn shape and style a little bit easier in the Octo versus that Mirus core, which is more locked into kind of a central carving shape. You can really kind of break free a little bit easier with this Octo. It's a little bit softer in the flex and just more directionally shaped as well. So if you're used to that style and you've kind of had your eye on a Mirus core, definitely check out this Octo as well. But that's the shape. In terms of the profile, it's amazing what just a long cambered profile can do. So very long camber, not a ton of rocker, and some nice height to that as well. So building energy into the ski through the camber. And then that rocker starts up here. So not a ton, and the taper goes a little bit higher. So you're going to get earlier edge contact. So the longer the edge is on the snow, the smoother the ski is going to feel. And then we see that kind of mirrored through the tail as well. So rocker starts about here and very flat, very minimal splay. This swallowtail is more for style than for any type of performance benefit, especially since the aluminum insert doesn't allow it to flex like it does in the Mirus core. So just more for a design characteristic than anything else. But really great at those short to medium radius turns at moderate speed. It definitely doesn't handle higher speeds as well. You can, if you're a stable skier, you can get it to perform well at higher speeds and longer turns, but it's generally happier in that short to medium radius range with energy. So, nice short turns on the side of the trail, kind of like what I like to do. That's where the Octo really comes in handy. Great in the bumps, super mobile. If you're in packed out woods, with no fresh snow, they'll do great there as well. There's no metal in the ski, so on firm snow and hard pack, it's a little bit limited, but at the same time, once it gets even slightly soft, you're in the money. As soon as it kind of softens up even the slightest, this Octo really comes to life, and you can access that entirety of that side cut and really load up the ski and get that wonderful energy built in through that camber and that shorter radius. As such, it's got a pretty big range. Even someone who's progressing into the intermediate range will find something to like here. It's easy enough to turn with that 84 millimeter waist. It's not like it's too heavy or too bulky. On the scale here, it's not even I don't think it's 1,700 grams even. Well, on the nose, 1,700 grams. So, on the lighter side and just extremely agile. So it can serve all the way up to an expert who prefers this style of ski. But if you're an aggressive hard charger, there's some better options out there. Skis with metal will obviously stand up better in terms of stability and dampness, but for energy, it doesn't get much better than this Octo. So make sure you check this thing out here at skiessentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.